Hello guys, welcome to the DMS online school. If you're new to this channel, you are most welcome, and on this channel I teach mathematics, science, biology, and also revise past examination papers and sometimes offer predictions for topics expected to be in the exam. Alright, so if you are new to this channel guys, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red subscribe button below and then turning on the bell notification so that whenever I am going to upload a new video, YouTube is going to send you a notification that the DMS online school has actually uploaded a video. So in today's video guys, we are going to look at the 2022 science paper 1 predictions for internals. And guys, please consider this prediction as just a guide of topics that are expected to be in the exam and not an actual leakage. All right, so guys, before we go in detail in this video guys, we are going to look at what I'm calling as the key for interpreting the prediction. So this key consists of three things. All right, number one, topics and subtopics in red have high probability of appearing in the exam. So there are topics and subtopics that I've highlighted in red, and those topics actually I'm considering them to have high probability of being in the exam, considering how they have not been coming in the exam for the past years. I'm expecting these ones to be actually in this coming exam for 2022 internals. All right, then number two, topics and subtopics in green are topics that don't miss in the exam. So there are those topics in this actually video that I've highlighted in green, and those topics actually guys do not miss in the exam, so you need actually to look at them. And then the topics and subtopics in black are topics that might just pop up in the exam. So there are certain topics guys that you never even expect that they may pop up in the exam, then you find that they pop up, and these are the ones actually I've highlighted in black, so you must take note of them. All right, so let's go straight into the revision by starting with the general physics. As you can see, this topic general physics is highlighted in red. That means that under this topic actually there will be subtopics that are going to appear in the exam. All right, so here you must be able to actually identify basic units and the derived units, and also be able to recognize prefixes, multiples, and the sub-multiples of fundamental and derived units, and also be able to use scientific notation and significant figures in numerical problems. All right, so scientific notation guys is important, and be able to know the number of significant figures if you are given a numerical value or number. All right, and also be able to know how to read a vernier caliper, and also be able to know how to read a micrometer screw gauge, and also be able to describe how to locate the center of mass of an object, and also be able to describe qualitatively the effect of the position of the center of mass on the stability of an object. And also here now look at another topic known as mechanics. All right, so mechanics is in green. That means that this topic it does not actually miss in the exam. So under this topic mechanics, we have these subtopics where you need to know how to use equations of uniformly accelerated motion to solve problems, and these equations are these ones here. You must be able to know and actually memorize them because you might need them in the exam. All right, also here you must be able to interpret graphical representation of distance time graph, and also displacement time graph, speed time graph, and velocity time graph, and also explain the consequences of overspeeding, and also describe the acceleration of free fall for a body near the earth, and also explain the effect of forces on bodies, and perform calculations on force, and also be able to actually perform calculations based on the principle of moments, and also calculate work using the appropriate formula, and also explain qualitatively the terms gravitational potential and kinetic energy, and describe sources of renewable and non-renewable energy, and also explain the effects of the use of energy sources on the environment. All right, you must be able also to calculate or perform a calculation on efficiency of energy conversion using the appropriate formula, and also calculate or calculation of power using the appropriate formula, and also explain the terms of mechanical advantage, velocity ratio, and efficiency, and perform calculations involving simple machine. All right, so then here you move to thermal physics, which is actually highlighted in red. That means that the topics or subtopics under this topic have high probability of appearing in the exam. So here you must be able to explain changes of state in terms of the kinetic theory of matter, and also apply kinetic theory to explain rates of diffusion, Brownian motion, evaporation, and cooling effect of evaporation, and apply the kinetic theory to explain gas pressure, and also describe suitability of alcohol and mercury for use in liquid in glass thermometers, and describe the structure and use of a thermocouple thermometer, and demonstrate the use of the ideal gas equation to solve simple numerical problems, and describe the differences between bad and good absorbers of radiant energy, and describe the differences between good and bad heat emitters. And also here you must be able to explain everyday application of knowledge on conduction, convection, and radiation. And also here you must now look at this topic, wave motion, which is highlighted in green. That means the subtopics under here won't actually be missing. So here you must be able to distinguish between longitudinal and transverse waves, and also describe the terms associated with waves, and also apply the wave equation in solving wave motion problems. And now look at the sound waves highlighted in red, and here determine the speed of sound in air, explain the characteristics of sound waves, describe the factors which influence the quality of sound, and describe what ultrasonic is, and also describe the uses of ultrasonic, and state how to minimize sound pollution. Then here you need to move to light. Under light, describe the rectilinear propagation of light, and investigate the formation of shadows and eclipse, investigate the laws of reflection of light, and verify the laws of refraction of light, and then calculate the refractive index of substance using real and apparent depth, and also explain the term critical angle, and describe the relationship between critical angle and refractive index, and explain how total internal reflection occurs, and explain how total internal reflection is used, and describe how to determine the focal length, and understand how to obtain images formed by converging lenses, and also describe uses of lenses in everyday life, and also look at magnetism, so highlighted in red. So under magnetism, you need to know how to describe induced magnetism, and also describe the making of a magnet and the demagnetization of a magnet, and also describe the plotting of a magnetic field lines, and distinguish the magnetic properties of iron and steel, and describe the uses of magnets. And then you look at static electricity, also highlighted in red. Here describe the properties and uses of static charges, describe the static charging and discharging of objects, explain the relationship between current and static electricity, investigate effects of charges on the environment. And now look at current electricity. Under current electricity, which is highlighted in green, you need to describe the charging and discharging of the accumulator, and identify methods of disposal of used cells, and describe how to determine resistance in a simple circuit, calculate the resistance in series and parallel circuits with the Ohm's law. Then also describe the relationship of voltage, current, and power, demonstrate how to calculate the cost of using electrical energy, describe the use of switches, fuses, earthing, and the 3-pin plugs, and then explain the need for earthing metal cases and for double insulation. Then you describe ways of conserving electrical energy in homes and industry, and then you look at electromagnetic induction. Under electromagnetic induction, you need to describe the factors affect magnitude and the direction of induced EMF, state the direction of current produced by an induced EMF. Then you describe simple AC and DC generators, compare the AC generator with a simple DC generator in terms of structure and its nature, and then you describe the action of a diode in a rectification, and then explain conversion of an AC generator to a DC generator, and contrast the current produced by the DC generator with that produced from batteries, and then demonstrate the principles of mutual induction. And describe the structure and operation of iron core transformers, and apply the transformer and power equation to solve numerical problems involving ideal transformers, and calculate the efficiency of a transformer given data. Then here now you also have to explain advantages of a high voltage or alternating potential difference power transmission. Then here you need to look at basic electronics, which is in red. Under basic electronics, describe what the thermionic emission is, explain properties of cathode rays, then describe the basic structure and the action of cathode ray oscilloscope, then describe the uses of cathode ray oscilloscope, and then you need to look at radioactivity. Under radioactivity, describe the nature of radioactivity, then describe the characteristics of the three kinds of radioactive radiations, then describe methods of detecting radioactive emissions, then explain the origin and effects of background radiations, and then describe what radioactive decay is all about. All right, then here you need to look at you describe what nuclear fusion and fission is, and then demonstrate how to determine half-life of a radioactive material, and then explain uses of radioactive substances, and then describe the safety precautions necessary when handling or storing radioactive substances, and then explain the effects of radioactive substances on the environment and the health. Alright, so guys, we have run through the prediction for science paper 1 2022, and we have come to the end of it. Guys, it is expected that if you are going to use this prediction very effectively, you are going to follow these topics, you are going to revise, guys, it is expected that you are going to do actually well in your exam. Maybe the least grade that you can get, maybe it's merit, but if you follow this prediction well, then there is high probability of you getting actually a distinction. All right, so guys, if you have actually problem in finding how to revise, actually I have a revision package for science paper 1 and paper 2 containing past papers from 2015 to 2021. So this revision package is still available on a fee, and if you are interested in it, there's a number appearing on the screen there that you should WhatsApp me or call me, so that I will be able to give you the revision package that is going to help you to revise. Actually, these are videos of me explaining how to answer these exam papers from actually question 1 to the last question. I have also a revision package for biology from 2015 to 2020, somewhere there. So again, if you're interested, you can actually give me a WhatsApp message or also give me a call. Guys, thank you for watching, and if you haven't considered subscribing now, please consider clicking on the red subscribe button there. And also, if you haven't given this video a like, please give it a like, and also let me know in the comment section if this video is useful to you. All right, even if you have already downloaded it, you can go back to the video live on the channel, give it a like, comment section, and also subscribe if you haven't considered subscribing by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Guys, as for now, bye, and see you in the tomorrow's video, where I'll be giving the science paper 2 prediction for 2022 internal examination. Bye, and see you in the next video.